welcome back to another video. It's your girl Shanice. First, I want to say thank you so much for supporting your girl. But if you are my friend, you might want to hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss another video. I feel like that was like real extra. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much, guys. We are now at 29,000 subscribers, which is super crazy. Like, I am so grateful for you guys. I'm just speechless because I be like, people actually want to listen to me talk. But I'm here for it. I am definitely here for it, and I appreciate it, and I am super duper thankful. So if you are someone that likes lock videos, how to grow your business, be an entrepreneur, as well as grow here on YouTube, make sure you hit that little subscribe button. But without further ado, let's jump into this video. Let's go.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule?
Okay, so permanent lock extensions, I feel like I get a lot of questions when it comes to, you know, is it good for your locks? Can you add them onto your natural locks and all this fun jazz? So I figured, why not create a video and tell you guys the truth about having permanent lock extensions. Now, the question that I get a lot is it bad for your hair? No, obviously it is permanent. So if you wanted to like start your locks with permanent lock extensions, you are more than welcome to do that and then cut them off. A lot of people actually do that. I'm not sure what route I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna end up cutting my locks because my hair grows fast, and I personally don't want my hair to be like super duper long because I don't know, after a while it kind of gets in the way, and then you get like freaking, what is it called, like lint all at the bottom of your locks because it's like sweeping against everything. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. Okay, so whenever you are deciding to go with the permanent lock extension route, you want to make sure that you are looking out for so many different things. Yes, you can make your own permanent lock extensions. Yes, you can pay $200 to get them installed. But the reason why it's important to do your research is because your lock ratio matters so much, especially when you are moving forward with permanent lock extensions, because how it works is that if someone is adding a lock onto your natural lock or just creating you a lock off of, let's say, 4 inches of hair, if for any reason that lock extension is too thick, by the time your natural hair grows out, if your lock ratio is incorrect, then that means that your natural lock is going to be super thin, and then your permanent lock extension is going to be weighing it down, and it can cause breakage. So I wish I can kind of give you guys an example. I have my hair tied up and I don't feel like putting it down, but if you ever notice that if someone has permanent lock extensions, you see how it's like super duper thin, and then the lock extension, there's like almost like a breaking point, and it's very like thin in that like middle section between where it connects to your natural lock. And the reason why that's happening is because your lock ratio is incorrect compared to how it was going to grow out and combine with the lock extension. I hope that makes sense, because I feel like a lot of people wonder why their hair is either slipping out or it's not, you know, growing out the way that it should be. It's because your lock count ratio is incorrect and it doesn't match the thickness that your hair will grow out with your natural lock and permanent lock extension. I feel like I just said that and it went like in a lot of circles. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel. Something that I want you guys to be mindful of is that you are going to be able to feel a difference between the permanent lock extension and your natural lock. Now, the texture for me is honestly a little bit similar, because literally like half the time I'm like, wait, where is my natural lock and where's the lock extension? Sometimes I can't even see it. So if you are someone that has like 4A, 4B, and usually the lock itself, the extension can be anywhere between 4C to 4B. So obviously you're going to feel a little bit more of a texture. It's going to be a little bit more rough. I wouldn't even know if it's rough. It just feels different. Like when I feel like my natural lock, it does have like a little smoother to the touch feel than the lock extension itself. But it's not really that noticeable. Now, something that you want to stay away from is deciding on if you want to start your locks with the wrap method or if you want to use the crochet method. It is not permanent if you are starting your locks with the wrap method. A lot of people a lot of people think that the wrap method is a permanent way to go, and it is not. I repeat, it's not. And the reason being is because you're wrapping it, so as your hair is growing, all it's doing is causing breakage on your natural lock that's growing out. Do not do it. If someone's saying that they can give you permanent lock extensions and they're trying to wrap your hair, say you're lying. That is not the way that it's supposed to be done. So make sure that you stay away from that. But yeah, so just don't do it. Like, don't do it. If it is wrapped, it is not permanent lock extension. That is called faux locks. It is fake for a reason. It is temporary for a reason. It is a style that only lasts for at least 1 to 2 months, depending on, you know, how you like to do your protective styles, air quotes. But, you know, like, that's just something that you might want to take into consideration as well. If it is wrapped, it is temporary. If it is crochet, then it's mainly leading towards the permanent lock extension method. Now, also you want to stay away from is if someone is using some Marley hair that they just got from the store, because that is not right. Like, you cannot start your permanent lock extensions going to the hair store and buying that $2.99 hair, because guys, that is synthetic. Like, it has to be human hair. Like, if it's not human hair, yeah, so if you try to dye it or just, I don't even know, why would you want to put synthetic hair if you want to have it in permanent? If you want to have your hair in longer than 6 months, it needs to be human hair. I don't even know if I should even say that. Like, you just want to have human hair. Something to be mindful of, and the truth about lock extensions is that, like, you have to be mindful of your nape area as well as the whole entire edge area, circumference of your head, and how strong around your hair is, like around your perimeter of your head is. Because I feel like if for any reason you are adding an extension on to like your nape area, and you know for a fact that your edges or your nape area is not really that strong, then you might want to either make your lock bigger in that area, not bigger as in thickness, but bigger in parting, so that way your hair can withhold it and it doesn't break off. So you have to think about how your hair is before you get your lock extensions, what's strong when it comes to your head and what's not strong, because if you put that lock extension on there, it's going to fall off. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a piece of fakeness there or whatever, but if your hair is not strong, it's going to break. So I want you guys to be mindful of that as well. Honestly, when it comes to lock extensions, so far I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any locks sliding out so far, and I honestly don't think I am going to experience that, mainly because again, the way that my hair was started was locked first. It was locked first, and then I had extensions added on to that. So because of that, I think it just kind of caused the bond to be a lot stronger. But if you are starting it where you're just kind of crocheting it in, I don't know, so a lot of people do experience a lot of slippage then, or the person that did your hair, it didn't do it right. So sometimes you want to pay that cheap price, you won't get the cheap results. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get what you pay for, and you can't be mad that your hair turned out the way it did because you wanted to be cheap. You wanted to be cheap Sally, so Sally got the cheap outcome, okay? Because that can happen. It is permanent, so it's about to ring, so I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it is permanent. So if you are someone that likes to change your hair a lot, then obviously I don't recommend you getting this. But if you are really just thinking about just starting your lock journey and wanting to do something that's for you, and you're comfortable, you know, with your hair, you're comfortable with your blackness, etc., then go ahead and try this out. I highly recommend it. I don't regret anything. If I feel like the way that my hair grows out and the thickness of my natural hair along the lock, it's perfect. My lock count ratio is perfect for me. And if, you know, if it's something that you want to do, just do it. I feel like there's not a wrong in it. I've never been the type of person attached to my hair. I've been big chopped like maybe 3 times in my life. I had mohawks. I had my hair in middle of my back, shoulder length, anything you name, there's nothing I have not tried. And that's the whole purpose of it. You know, your hair is your story. Don't get attached to it. It's forever changing. And if it's something that you want to make a commitment to, make the commitment. I mean, that's really it. There's not really a lot of bad things that I have to say so far with having lock extensions, and obviously I've only had my lock extensions for a year now, and so far I have not experienced anything negative. I have not colored my lock extensions. I have not had anything slipped out so far. So for the most part, I mean, it's pretty easy breezy. It's nothing too crazy. So again, go ahead and give it a try, but make sure you do your research, because I feel like a lot of people don't do the research, and if you're in the wrong hands, this is something that is permanently done to your hairs. It's really hard for someone to correct it. And again, stay away from the wrap method. The wrap method is just not it. It's temporary. That is a quick style. That is a protective style. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog video, but until next time, you know what I always say, deuces.
Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna